I definitely think that once you start making things, once you start making sculptures and imagining how the viewer might respond to it, kind of deeply hoping they will respond in some way, there's this, everything in the world becomes something that pulls you to it. Every object or every form becomes interesting, becomes a challenge. I'm Gina and I'm a fiber artist based in Cape Town. I've always had this interest in repetitive motions, and then that kind of merged with my love for materials and objects. I spend a lot of time getting to know the material from a kind of tactile perspective, so handling it, pulling it apart. And I think that's where I've become a bit obsessed with harvesting and growing, because you become immersed in this experience that's very physical. You're like digging things and hauling and planting and cleaning, and they're these long labor-intensive processes, but where your full body is involved. And that kind of embodied experience is also very present in weaving, because you're in many cases using your whole body to create the tension. You're pulling the threads, feeding the weft through the warp, and you end up putting yourself and your body into the cloth. I fell in love with a Japanese backstrap loom and kind of furiously took measurements and did drawings, and when I got home, it was this thing that I needed to make, and I needed to make it work. And my dad and I spent 2 weeks kind of bringing together all of the scrap wood and making a Japanese backstrap loom. The weight of your body and also the width of your body creating the cloth made a lot of sense for me. There's definitely this thread running through my work of kind of reusing this thread of sustainability. So I'm kind of working with these moments of connection between the different pieces. I like the idea of a hyacinth forest that kind of the viewer can be immersed in, that they can sit under or move through. When I was creating this, I was thinking about the little air bladders that keep the hyacinths afloat. When I'm setting them up, I'm constantly thinking about trying to give them life, not letting them relax or sit, but kind of holding them in tension. And so wanting to end up with a cloth, which was so important at the beginning, became a bit like nullified, because the process to get to the cloth was in some ways so much more interesting than the cloth itself.